Hi, I'm Kelly Collins with the KLA Schools of Plainfield in Naperville, and this is Heather. She is our kindergarten teacher. And today we want to talk to you about the importance of story time. So nobody better to speak about this than Heather, because she loves books for one. And if you see her read a story to the children, it's very animated. So Heather, can you explain to everybody why it's so important, story time?
Literacy is something that students, children, even adults learn and pick up and listen to and think about, and it expands their imagination. And a good story, when you change your tone of voice, and if they're characters that are talking, and you change those voices, and you explain, this person is excited, you're talking about feelings, you're talking about emotions, you're using a story to explain things in a different way. And stories can be long, stories can be short. I like to read books sometimes and not show the children the picture, so that they have to use their imaginations to think of what's going on in the story.
That's a great idea.
And I used to do it when I was in the fours room right before nap time. They would be on their cots, and I'd say, I'm reading a story. You are not going to see the pictures, but use your imagination. Think about what Ferdinand the Bull looks like, and he's sitting under a tree. You know what a tree looks like. So you use that language. Reading also introduces you to a higher level of language. You're talking about, deciduous trees. You don't usually hear deciduous trees, you just hear trees. And so
right.
Books open up so much for children, so many ways to learn. There's science, there's some math in there. There's, you can have books from different cultures. You can have books in different languages. Miss Lucy does. She brings in a book and says it in Spanish every
Right.
time she does Spanish every week. So literacy just gives children a chance to communicate with each other another way. It gives them something in common. They can read a book together. My students, they love buddy reading.
Yes.
I have buddy reading twice a week, and they get to choose a friend. They sit down. They look for sight words. They're reading the books now. They're reading to each other. They'll look. My class likes nonfiction books, so they're always looking at books of animals and things in nature, or how things are made, and they're like, "Oh, that's so cool! I want to do that." So there's just so much learning with reading.
I don't know if you guys can see it or hear it in her voice as she's excited about speaking to us about how important literacy is. Miss Heather, what is your absolute favorite book to read to the children?
I think my favorite book to read is probably Caps for Sale.
I love that story as well.
Caps for Sale is about a man who sells hats. And he falls asleep with all these different colored hats on his head. And he wakes up after a long nap, and he can't find his caps. And he finds that his caps have been taken by these monkeys that are in a tree. And he gets frustrated, and you can build on that and say, why is he getting so angry? And the students will be like, they're not giving back his stuff. And he demonstrates his anger by stomping his feet and shaking his fists. And you can talk about that. You can talk about how, he didn't realize he tricked them. And then at the end, all the monkeys throw down the caps. And then the man is happy again. And the monkeys are responding. And then, it's a story. Do monkeys really do that? Well, then maybe they do. They're not speaking. There's a lot that goes on in that story.
Yes.
And I really like saying the tee part. And the children like doing that too.
All right. Thank you so much. And we hope that you enjoyed this, and come and see us next time. Have a great day.